Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here in the Battle for Zendikar draft finale. We are 2-0 currently with our nice little teamer or rug. What we call this control mid-range strategy. I think this is a very keepable hand here. I actually didn't expect to be this far in the draft. At first I wanted, we switched around too much that I thought that I'd have just a subpar deck, but it actually ended up being not that bad. Aggro definitely is our weak link, and we were able to beat our aggro matchup. So hopefully this guy's another mid-range or control. We'll definitely keep this hand. It has all of our mana sources. It has a Seek the Wild, so we'll get another either blue or red source depending on what we draw into. We only need double blue for one card and double red for one card. So a blue deck, yay! Hopefully it's not hyper aggressive. So I think I will just start off with a forest. And that way, now we probably should have started off with a tap land, because I want to Seek the Wilds next turn, but we'll see what ends up happening. Hey, don't be putting out a 2-drop. A 2-1, it cannot be blocked this turn for 5 mana. Alright. So, which is the best one? Yeah, now I'm kicking myself. We'll go, either way we can't get the Kozilek out. We'll go Looming Spire and pass the turn. So I probably should have done that the other way, then we could at least seek the Wilds. But actually now, Seek the Wilds would be great later on to actually find a card we need. Find Omnath and we can actually cast it. So we're going to be taking 2 here. We can then tap down his, or make his so his guy doesn't untap next turn to save an additional 2 damage. And he missed the land drop. This is actually going to be very good for us. Or we can just Boiling Earth it. That's fine with me. I'm actually... Well, we'll give him another turn to cast another 1-drop. So I think it's just going to be Skyline Cascade. Doesn't untap. Now we can Seek the Wilds. And at this point, I think we'd rather just have another red source rather than any one of these. Blue or red? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think that blue... Yeah, blue is probably the right play, but then if we grab into Omnath... I'd rather have blue because we have multiple blues. Yeah, we'll grab a blue. And then pass the turn. So I ideally wanted to play another 1-drop for the Boiling Earth. We have a Herald of Kozilek that can come out next turn. Or an Incubator Drone. Either one is fine. If he misses land drop again, he does not. I'd love to have someone. There we go. That is beautiful. That is perfect. Boiling Earth is going to get tons of value here. There's a Predator. We can even wait another turn. I think Boiling Earth is fine. And we will throw out an island. Yeah, island's great. And we'll pass a turn. Again, we could have waited another turn for Boiling Earth and maybe got even more value out of it. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we could have actually got a little more, but Pilgrim's Eye's alright. I'm not too worried about it. We'll have we'll have the Herald of Kozilek and the ability to counter something next turn, so in very good shape here. Rumbler is a fine choice. I think that I'd rather... Well, we could get a Rumbler out. Do I need to counter something next turn is the question. I think I would like to keep the Spell Shrivels up, because this is where they start to get a lot of value when they have 5 mana. So we'll put a Herald of Kozilek out and just pass the turn. So he's going to come with the Pilgrim's Eye. And that's fine. And I'm surprised if he doesn't have anything to cast next turn, but... Yeah, here we go. Or this turn. And Oracle of Dust. We will counter it. And now we can just put out a Valakut Predator, or if we draw a land, we can actually put out the Rumbler and still keep up the Spell Shrivel. It's going to be Valakut Predator. And attack in. It's down to an 18. We have a nice little board presence going. Could make the argument for a Snapping Gnarly, but I still just want to use the counter spells while they're available. Taking 1 down to 16. And I think that's a beautiful card to counter. Yeah. I think that's the best card in the game in his strategy to counter. So we know we are now in great shape. And we have another one. That is just insanely good. So we can cast the 3-drop, the Incubator Drone, and still keep up a Spell Shrivel. So he's also down. He's down to a 14 now. And the Spell Shrivels just wreak havoc. And the Boiling Earth is really good. He's got a lot of 1 toughness cards. And a lot of higher drops that are worth countering. So what else does he have that I can... Oracle of Dust, I guess, didn't need to be countered. Well, yeah, it did, because you want to spend your mana. He's going to be frustrated here when I counter this one. Do I care about a 3/3? Yeah, whatever. We will counter this. And he has to leave back his one drop to block now. Yep. And that's a great drop as well. We'll just go ahead and attack in with everything. Block an Eldrazi spawn, that's okay. That's fine with me. And go down to an 8. And we have a nice little flyer that scries and is a 4/3. Great card in Limited. Great card. 4/3 flyer for 5 mana that scries 2. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. I do have to deal combat damage, though. But he's down to one card in hand. Still gives me a nice little blocker. There's our Omnath. We just need to find the correct color combination for it. Go ahead and attack in with these guys. He'll block one of them, go down to a 4. And we can actually, we'll cast the bigger of the two. Which, the trample on the Grove Rumbler is amazing. I cannot believe those came all the way around to me, not once but twice. No one was just in the red-green landfall, which I still am under the impression it's the best strategy in the format. Now, I'm not quite sure what kind of, like, combat tricks he can use. Radiant Flames just goes to creatures. It doesn't matter yet. It actually hit my own creatures as much as his. So I'll just go ahead and attack him with everything. And he does, in his last 2 cards, he does have some sort of combat trick. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures do not untap, and he gets some Eldrazi spawns. All right. Or just 1 Eldrazi Scion. Okay. That's fine. So we'll attack into these 2. See if he blocks. He should. He's going to go down to a 2. I think I do just run out the Snapping Gnarlid. And that's a wrap. Okay, so he has more of a mid-range strategy. I wonder if Dampening Pulse is good versus him. He's got a lot of like little Eldrazi's. I'm not quite certain that's the route to go. I still like the Invoker. I think the Invoker should have been a main drop here. I mean a main board. Because it's very powerful. And Void Winnower is fine in this particular strategy. I think that all these are great. Boiling Earth is also great. It's got a lot of ways to stop my early drops, so maybe I just want to have like a more late game presence instead of the Snapping Gnarlid. And flying against his... He has a lot of ways to tap down creatures. So I need to make every one of my creatures matter. And I still don't think I bring in these other Eldrazi. I think this is fine. We'll go ahead and submit this. It's going to be all about getting Omnath out. Okay, we'll keep this barely. Yeah, because it's got the Seek the Wilds. No first turn play on his part. And we'll Evolving Wilds. And most likely sack it. I kind of just want to keep it for in case we draw into another source. But I think we need to go find another land. Lumbering Falls is fine though here. Now we have all of our sources. That was a great draw. Hate to get aggroed out if he aggroes me out with just a 2-1. But we have the Void Winnower eventually we can draw into. We'll put the Valakut out. I don't think we need a Spell Shrivel quite yet. It was just 5 drops that were good. So I'd like to put out like a Valakut and then another... This is turning out to be the exact same as last time. Another Incubator Drone. We could seek the wilds to try to find a land for the Incubator Drones, but I think it's just fine to go Invoker here, because this at least blocks his Eldrazi spawn and his ally. But I want to draw a land next turn. I think I need to keep up the Spell Shrivel, not quite. Like, we just want to go land, go, land, go, land, go, and then counter things for 2 turns. I just might need to seek the wild to... Okay, if he has this guy here, I think we're pretty much his little... Oh, just he returns it and awakens a plains. That's still pretty good. I lose 4 here. Radiant Flames off the top would be amazing. But if nothing else, I can put out another Invoker. I don't think Retreat the Core Helm's the right play. I just might need to seek the wilds and just take the damage. Yeah, I need a land drop here. Evolving Wilds. Mountain. Still think Island is actually the right play. This is going to be tough, though. It is absolutely going to be tough. Because I don't want to take the Rumbler. Let's take the Island. And play it. Then we have Incubator Drones. But he does have a nice little aggressive draw going for him. It's a pretty good card, this Awaken one. 5 mana, bounce a card, and get a 3/3. So I'm going to take a ton of damage here. Go down to 7. We need that Radiant Flames. Beautiful, beautiful Radiant Flames. Where are you? Boiling Earth is actually pretty good. That's not bad. We can Boiling Earth. Can I wait a turn? I don't think I can either. Well, we could put out the Incubator Drone. Because it blocks. Yeah, it blocks some cards. Need to hit those land drops. We could double block on his planes and take 4. Messes up my plans. So here, I think we just put the Eldrazi Scion, or do we put the Incubator Drone in front of it? Man, that actually makes it so my Boiling Earth doesn't kill his Eldrazi. Ugh. Take 5? No, we have to block. But I think that yeah, because Radiant Purge now does not kill his planes. And Boiling Earth does not kill his guy either. Alright, Spell Shrivel's bad. Just another Incubator. And it appears like we're going to go on to game 3. And maybe I do need to bring in my 2/2s just to add some aggression. Target creature cannot be blocked. Womp womp. Yeah, that's right. He does have the mana for it. Okay, so we are dead. We'll go on to the sideboard. And I think that, man, we want to hit land drops against this guy like crazy. So it's just a Valakut Predator just for another land. I hate to run 19 lands, though. But it gets us out to our Void Winnower and our Omnath and makes it so we have the Spell Shrivels. But then that takes care. Yeah, I'm going to add one more land. And then hope that that's not the biggest mistake. And we'll submit this. 19 lands. It's quite high, but it seems like I'm losing when I don't have the land drops. And we'll keep this. This is a great hand. Has all of our sources. We don't really have any dead drops. Has 2 late game stuff, but I think those are what's going to do well against him. Is there's a Boiling Earth. Beautiful card is again. No 2-drop this time, and he's missing his other color. Beautiful. So, Grave Rumble will be great. We're hitting all of our land drops so far. Void Winnower can come out in a few turns. If he plays his Esper or his 2/1 flyer, we will Boiling Earth. Yeah. Let's get that out of the way. Or no, actually still a Grove Rumbler might just be better. Yeah, I'm okay with the Rumbler. Hope this ends up not being the wrong play. But it puts some aggression on him. You never know. He could have a bunch of these Eldrazi spawns, and then I just don't want to put the one that gives +1/+0. That's fine. I'm okay with him putting a Tightling Coils on my Grove. Another island. Now we are almost at the boiling point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7 actually. So Omnath needs another red source. So shouldn't have any dead drops in the game. Would love to hit a red source on time. Fortunately cannot block this guy. Would like to get value out of this Boiling Earth if I can wait that long. Oh, that's bad. Now I can't Boiling Earth it, and he's got a blocker. Come on, red source. We have a ton of ways to get a red source, too. Another Kozilek's fine, because that helps get out the Void Winnower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we draw a land next turn, we basically... Yeah, we have this. So we do have to worry about his... One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. We're down to a 14. And 1 with Dust. Or Oracle of Dust. It's not terrible. Alright, we want to hit a land drop. Here we go. Land drop for the win. Wrong land drop. Well, we can at least get to tap this guy down. Or make it so he doesn't untap. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still can't Boiling Earth. Plus it doesn't get much value. Still has 3 cards in his hand. We have both of our good cards in our hand. Unfortunately, the Boiling Earth doesn't kill off anything. He's still afraid of my counter spells. Maybe he's not. That's annoying. Is there any reason why he's attacking with this 0/5? I have not a clue. So we'll go to block. Block here. Might as well get some value out of this guy, get him out of here. I could, with the Evolving Wilds, make him bigger and block. We're down to a 14. We desperately need to draw into some decent... That actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have to draw into a land to get the Void Winnower out. I guess Retreat's okay. We can cast... We could get a 4/4. And next turn we can get out the Void Winnower, which hopefully can do something besides just get bounce. Like, I'm sure he's got a lot of clutches in his deck. He didn't get any of our counter spells this time. Omnoth needs that red source. Which now, oh man, that was last game where I actually tutored. The retreat's weak at this point. Do we double block on his island? Feel like he has something. I think we have to at this point. I'm sure that's what he wants me to do, but I don't have a choice. Prevent all combat damage will be dealt by creatures target opponent controls this turn. Oh, it doesn't prevent his. That's a one-sided fog? Well, that card's good. And he can actually target his own land with that. Yeah, that's really good. Kills off one of my heralds. Jeez. Still need that lousy red source. Now there's a spell shrivel, now that we don't need it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I give up. I give up. I have to block next turn or I die. So, just Boiling Earth to give me a 4/4. No, that is not good either. Yeah, it's just game. Spell Shrivel was the absolute worst card we could have drawn into. Needed a land to scry. 19 lands and we can't hit the that last land drop. With the Kozilek had to block. I guess on the Scion would have been the right play. We would have taken 5 and then went down to a 3. We get the Void Winter and then we just die to... We have blockers though. Yeah, it's just... Unfortunate we didn't hit that red source. Boiling Earth does nothing. Now we have to block his 5/6 land and then die to, and then all this 1, 2, 5, 6 damage goes through. And even if we Omnoth, it'd have to be... No, we can't even Omnoth. We can't... We'll be down a card again when we block the Herald of Kozilek. So I guess I should have Boiling Earth earlier and cleared this guy, saved a ton of damage, but I couldn't just think that he'd have a Tide Drifter just come out of nowhere. And miss land drops for plenty of turns in a row. Radiant Flame says nothing. Oh, he's attacking with that? He just gave me the biggest solid. I don't know if it does anything, but... Because he wanted to cast something. Thank you, sir. All right, we have a chance to draw land now. One time. Oh, beautiful answer, red source. Woohoo! We'll just scry one. And we want to land. Sure. Hopefully, this controls him. Just have all even spells in your hand. I have no flyers. Yuck. Still no flyers with the... And another... Uh-oh. Can I do anything? How can I kill an elemental? Well, this doesn't untap, so we have another turn. So here's the Omnoth. And then the Cascade will at least help us scry. Evolving Wilds will put in 2 elementals, but I don't think it does much. I don't know what I can draw into to win this besides tapping down. Well, see, the Evolving Wilds could actually tap down 2 creatures, and we could potentially go in for lethal if we have a 5/5. If he attacks in next turn with his 2/2, we could tap down 2 things. He can block with a Void Winnower. And then I could force him to block with the Tide Drifter and then Boiling Earth. Kill off all his 1/1s. Is that the best play? So I think it is, because right now we could tap with Evolving Wilds. We can tap down 2 creatures. That will be, yeah. I think this is actually good. We'll put it on top. Because we don't attack here. It's pointless attacking because do we need all the blockers or do we not? Because he's got, as far as what can attack next turn, is this we can't block. And then he's got, so we could attack into the Void Winnower and still have a blocker. I don't think we do. So tight game. We needed Omnath out again 9 years ago. And we'll go down to a 2. Tap his Island down. Tap his Oracle of Dust down. You got to think he'd block with his Tide Drifter. Because we need to kill off this Oracle of the Tide Drifter. We have to kill off the Tide Drifter. If the Tide Drifter dies, then we Boiling Earth. Boiling Earth also gives us another attacker. And he decides not to go in with anything. So that actually does change our plan a lot. No, not really. Not really. I wanted him to attack me with his 2/2. Well, here goes nothing. So we're going to tap down the island. And if we attack him with everything, he just blocks the Tide Drifter probably on the... Well, we got to use Evolving Wilds right now. And Mountain is fine. And tap down the Oracle. So Boiling Earth, if I attack him with everything, what I only have 5, 5, 5, 5, 11. He blocks the 11 on this. Does Boiling Earth do anything? Because I need to use it as a combat trick. So it deals 1 damage to each creature opponent controls, which you could still block the Tide Drifter on the Herald, and block an Eldrazi spawn on the Void Winnower. But then he's back down to 2. So I think we Boiling Earth post, because we want a blocker back. I think I just Alpha Strike here, because he can block, take 5, and lose 2 guys, and he doesn't even have to block with his Eldrazi, I guess. If I Boiling Earth, yeah, it doesn't matter. Hopefully he kills his Tide Drifter. That's actually fine. He takes a lot of damage here. And we have enough blockers here that we could just win this. If he casts a 6-mana spell, it gets countered. Cast an 8-mana spell, it gets countered. Can't block, 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 block. So which one of you is going to be the first one to build a Tide Drifter Assault Formation deck? Seems actually pretty good. What did he just sheer drop? My Void Winnower? And I'm down to a 2. We can cast a Void Winnower. No, he exiled it with a sheer drop. Yeah. His 1 card in hand. Well, draw land. That gets it's a land. So it's similar to a land. And so we can get a forest. We can tap down. I don't even know. We just Alpha Strike here, so we want his 5/6 to at least block a 2/4. I don't think it matters too much. And he only has 4 blockers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and he still loses 6. Whoa! I cannot believe we pulled that off. Like, he messed up big time by not attacking in. But he didn't know what I had. He tried to play around too much and ended up winning the game first. That was a nail biter, though. Not bad at all. We 3-0'd the draft with this. I mean, Omnoth did so much work. That was definitely a blessing to pick that up late and on colors. But whew, that was an intense game. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.